Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are live for Unsung Heroes of Disaster Preparedness. We are going to give people a few minutes to 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 join us. I'm so excited because we have a special guest today, but you're just going to have to wait to find out who that is. But she is amazing. If you are a Fairfield resident, you probably know who she is. But you're just gonna have to wait a few more minutes to find out because I want to give you a little information about what you're about to see in this segment of Unsung Heroes of Disaster Preparedness. Hello, I'm your moderator, Patrice Williams, and I'm excited to be here. I represent Brand Gov Outreach and also Empower Solano, and we've been doing this series for a few weeks now. We have community and partners that include not only Brand Gov, the producer of this series, but we have Solano volunteers. We have Rhonda Smith. This is her brainchild. She's with Solano volunteers, and she said, we have to honor our unsung heroes right here in Solano County. And that she's the brainchild of this series. We also have CVNL and Listos, California. Listos, California brings us the Disaster Ready Guide. We'll be talking a little bit about that later. CVNL has a preparedness training that they would like to invite you to on October 28th. You can do it one or two. There's a two-part series. There's a morning organizational preparedness event from 9 to 11. There's a part 2, personal preparedness, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30. It's a Zoom online training. If you would like to go, you see this at the bottom here. For more information, sign up. Please contact Miss Patricia. That is her contact information and her email address. You reach out to her and she will get you signed up. Well, now I get to tell you about our special guest, our unsung hero. I'm gonna bring her in the room. Do y'all see her? Y'all know who this is. This is Councilwoman Pam Bertani. Hello, Pam.
Good afternoon and happy Friday.
Oh my goodness.
It's Friday.
It was the longest week ever.
Agreed.
Such a long week. Well, I want to read your bio.
Okay.
Pam Bertani is a patent lawyer and litigator and an Oakland, California native. She is a Cal Berkeley graduate with a degree in microbiology and immunology. Am I saying it right?
Immunology.
And has a doctorate in law from Arizona State University College of Law. Pam is a gubernatorial appointee to the California Commission on Uniform State Laws and the Uniform Law Commission, for which she has served as division chair and chair of the Study Committee on Autonomous Vehicles.
Right.
As a uniform law commissioner, Pam assists in drafting uniform legislation and testifying before the state legislature in Sacramento to facilitate the adoption and implementation of uniform laws. In addition, Pam has worked as a youth mentor in Fairfield, served as the board member of the Interfaith Council, which is the governing board for the Heather House Shelter in Fairfield. In 2009, Pam was appointed to the Fairfield Community Resources Commission and served in that capacity for 2 years. Pam was elected to the Fairfield City Council in November 2011 and again in 2016. The city council selected her as vice mayor in 2018. Pam has two fantastic children. I've met them, Tyler and Dylan, and has a Japanese Akita named Yoshi.
That's right. And they're all good children, including Yoshi.
Including Yoshi.
Right.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, I tell you, I met your kids years ago and they were pretty fantastic back then. So I can just imagine what all they're up to.
Well, thank you. They're both in college and they're distance learning. My daughter Tyler is a music student, and she attends the Hillsong Academy in Sydney, Australia. She's home because mom sent that plane ticket in February and said, time to come home. And Dylan just started at Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, and he's distance learning as well. So everybody is local and doing their thing.
So before I even knew that you were a city councilwoman, Pam, years ago, I heard of you because your passion and your love for the youth.
Yes.
That's how I equate you.
Okay, well, that's an accurate depiction, because that really is my passion, and it's our passion, and it should be, because they are the leaders to come. And so we have to, the work starts now to make that happen. And so I've always enjoyed working with youth. I actually taught a biology course and an AP biology course at McClymonds High School in Oakland for a couple of years. And that really gave me a better understanding of the issues that our youth face in 2020 in real time. Wow. So it was really a learning opportunity and one of the funnest things I've ever done vocationally.
Well, I was telling you a few minutes ago, because we like to join a little early and make sure we have no technical issues, and we look at backgrounds and lighting, and of course, you look amazing.
As do you, my dear. Thank you, fabulous K. Patrice.
Thank you. But I was telling you that we, as a group, we brainstorm who to bring onto this platform as an unsung hero. And we were brainstorming, and we were told that someone said, we need to bring on Councilwoman Pam. We've got to bring her on. And we were like, oh, what's happening? And they said, when Fairfield was impacted with these emergencies, fire, smoke emergencies, she's available. She's connected to the community. She's she's very engaged in a way that we didn't see where else. And so I said, all right, let's see if she's available. And you were. So thank you for being so much to the community.
Well, thank you, Kay Patrice. Thank you for having this forum and being mindful enough to understand the significance of these kind of discussions here and now. And I want to really give a special shout out to Lisa Clinton. She has been amazing. You have a real gem in her, because she set it up. She nailed me down. She followed up. She emailed me. She texted me. She called me. So thanks to you both for really putting in the work to have this dialogue. Thank you so much. This is great. And it's about unsung heroes, of course, which I do not consider myself to be. I'm grateful that you are allowing me to participate. But, I think the real unsung heroes are the folks who are on the front lines, our firefighters, our then police chief Tibbet, our fire chief Tony Velasquez. They really were prepared to do what needed to be done. And our city manager, Stephen Chatwin, they executed our plan almost flawlessly. So I really thank them for being on the front lines. You know, when the fire is knocking at your door, our leaders better know what we need to do, because time is at a premium and very short. And so if we're not executing our city strategies to protect our residents, and we don't know what we're doing, that's when people get hurt. That's when people get killed. And that's when unnecessary, unforced errors rule the day. And that did not happen in Fairfield. And so I thank our leaders and our city council for their leadership as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you some screens that you have not seen before. I know, because I told you I was going to show you a few screens, and I said, but I want your impression. And the lawyer said,
automatic reflex. It is. It really is. I mean, I take notes in church. You know, I'm like, you know, I can't help myself. So, yeah.
Well, what we're going to, and also for the audience, the viewing audience, so how we're going to do this is there are going to be times where we're talking about an item, and I'm going to fade Pam and I out so you can see the full screen. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to fade us out. We're back, Pam.
Okay.
So get alerts. Here it says to sign up for early alerts through cowalerts.org, but I have to admit, I've never done that. I have signed up for Alert Solano. I really like Alert Solano, but what do you use? Do you use Alert Solano? Do you dial 211?
I use Nixle and I use Nextdoor, and I use Nixle because it is a pretty comprehensive alert system that our county sheriffs, our police chiefs, our fire chiefs, they engage directly through Nixle. So anything from the condition of the traffic, to the condition of the weather, to the condition of the fire, to the condition of PG&E outages, all that information comes directly to me on my smartphone, my iPhone, through Nixle. So Nixle is great. And I also use Nextdoor for the maximum impact at helping our neighbors, helping neighbors to get information and to understand what is going on in real time. So Nixle and Nextdoor are my primary alert systems.
Awesome. And I'm entering that into the chat. I don't know if you can see our chat.
I can.
You can?
Yes.
We have a lot of
I see
folks interacting. Okay. So let me show you the next screen, the next screen, which is make a plan, create a contact list. Who do you need to be in connection with? Include one person that lives outside of your region. Thinking about you and you being a city councilwoman, I'm sure your contact list is a lot longer than ours because you're making those city connections. But what do you think about this? Making a plan.
Making a plan, I would put as number one on the list, even above the alert systems. Because by the time you get the alert system, if you don't have a plan, you're in trouble. So it really is imperative for you to have a plan. My plan is pretty simple, but number one, it consists of the fact that I have a generator. I have a generator and I know how to use the generator. So when PG&E, for their reasons, they have to cut the power. If you don't have a generator, it's hard to execute your plan, right? So even if you're not being evacuated, it's very important to have a generator. In my opinion, it's very important to have a generator, to know how to use the generator, have flashlights, make sure that you have communicated with your family, your children, what the plan is, should we need to execute it. But without power, it's hard to get anything done. And God forbid it be at night. I mean, then it's really more difficult. So my plan is first to make sure that the lights stay on in this house and that my refrigerator continues to work. My fans are working, all on a generator that I purchased right here in Fairfield at Lowe's, because that keeps progress in motion. So because we've all been without our PG&E lately, and you never, PG&E is just going to turn it off, period. And so if you have no backup plan for power, then you're at the mercy of PG&E. And they're turning it off for the reasons that they have, for safety reasons, whatever. But, so what happens when, your power is out, your food goes bad, you don't have access to the internet, and on and on and on. So my plan really is centralized around the impact that a generator has on this household, because at this point in time, especially with COVID-19 being the backdrop to everything that we do, it's very important to be able to maintain some level of, stability and continuity in the face of a crisis, and that diminishes the prospect of you panicking and being out of communication with the folks that you need to be in communication with. So number one on my list is to have a generator. And of course, you have other things on the list as well, have a bag packed, etc. But I say number one is to have your generator and make sure you understand how to use it, because, when you're using a generator, you're messing with power.
So I'm going to ask you some more questions, because I think we need to add that to, we have a secret slide that you haven't seen.
Okay.
And it's about staying. What do you need? That stay box.
Yeah.
That is a unique item that I've never heard for a stay box. You have me completely captivated. So I want to know more about the power generator, and is it easy, all that. So I'm going to ask you that, but I'm going to skip to number 3. That is pack a bag. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to tell you who's in the chat, because we are connected through LinkedIn. We're connected through Facebook, various channels, YouTube, and and we already have people that's saying, what type of generator? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, hold on, Tiffany Jones. We're going to get to that next. Number 4 is a stay box. Hi, Trevor. I haven't seen Trevor since law school. I'm glad to see you too.
Oh, nice.
He's doing well. Yeah, see, he's doing tax law. That wouldn't be me. I don't want to muck around with tax law. And hello, Reverend, I think it was Reverend Pastor Raymond. Don't you make me missay your
Portamont. Brother Raymond.
Yes. So he's saying thank you for hosting and informing the communities. I believe Pastor is running for office. And Jana Medina, hello. And she is the rep for one of my favorite assembly people, Tim Grayson. Love her. And Lisa Clinton saw that shout out. And she says she's happy to see you. So as you guys can see, we can see you. We see exactly what you are asking. ask away, and we will kind of go in between questions and really bring us in. So we're doing this together, okay? And hello, Fatima. She loves the information. Okay, so pack a go bag. Now, everyone, let me hide us a little bit, and so everyone can see. You don't have to squint your eyes to see what we have already pre-listed in the go bag. So I'm going to hide you and I, Pam.
Okay.
What our vice mayor thinks. What are you doing? You're writing notes again.
Yeah, I was just jotting down some thoughts that I had about the go bag. And I have for me, it's the 4 C's.
Oh.
It's the 4 C's, all right?
Tell us.
It's cash. Keep cash in your home, someplace safe. You don't have time in an evacuation to go to Bank of America, to go to the ATM. Your credit card might be not taken at wherever you need to be. Cash money is the first C. Second thing, computers. Because for most of us, that's where our data is. Everything we need is in our computers. Number 3, chargers. Because if you've got a dead computer or a dead iPhone, you're out of luck. And the 4th C is crucial documents, a box. So just a box with, you don't need to go looking for your passport, your birth certificate, your social security card, the documents that you might need at the drop of a dime, that if there's a pandemic or if there's a fire, if there is thunder, you're not going to be able to access them by going to the Secretary of State or, the Social Security office. So I just have a handle box, and in that are my crucial documents. And so I'm not scrambling for that. I know exactly where that is, kept in my home. And so if it's time to go, that's what I'm grabbing. I'm not looking in folders and all that. So the 4 C's: cash, computers, chargers, crucial documents. That's my to-go box.
You made that real simple and easy. Let's see if anyone.
Well, I've had to evacuate before, so I had good on-the-job training.
Right. Isn't that right? That every time that we have to evacuate, we just get more refined.
Yes.
Which is why I want people to just take care of this to-go bag and do the best you can, and just let's refine it.
Exactly.
So while I cough, I want you to see if there's anyone that you want to speak to on our chat.
I just saw Gerald. He just popped off. He was saying that he and his lovely family helped me with my very first campaign, and they did. They were so gracious, so supportive. And so I just want to send out my thank you. Yeah.
I tell you, they cared. They knew right in the beginning. They knew you were a gem right in the beginning. Yes. I want to shout out. I see Rhonda Smith. We see you. She is the brainchild for this event.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Rhonda is a beautiful force in this community. Thank
Amen.
you. Andy, I see you. Andy, just so you know, we are going to have a special version of emergency preparedness for transitional houses and shelters. I run, one of the gazillion things I do is run a transitional house that I named after my mother, Hazel's Place.
Outstanding.
And we're going to make sure that we bring on Robin Weedman, who runs Princess House in Sassoon to talk. And she's just gotten her to-go bag and stay boxes together in Sassoon. And she is going to be coming on with us live to show us what she did. She's so excited. And so I just wanted to make sure that I say that we are going to be doing that. And Cameron, you know I don't know how to say your last name. But hey, we see you, and we see you. Okay, so let me show you, because we want to know about generators. You are the first person. I think this is our 5th version of this webinar. And you are the first person to talk about generators, and I am completely intrigued. I've been afraid to buy a generator because I felt like this big thing is going to come to the house and I'm not going to know what to do with it. Are you just technically inclined and you knew what to do? Tell us a little bit more about these generators.
No, one of the things that I am not is technically inclined. Okay. I mean, I know how to plug stuff in and unplug stuff, but what concerned me is that, the PG&E outages are becoming more frequent. And it's my belief that because of climate change, and this is conversations I've had with our fire chief, these fires are hotter, they're more aggressive, they are more unpredictable, and they're occurring at a much greater frequency than we've seen in the past. So that's a recipe for, disaster. But information is power. Knowledge is power. So that led me to believe, I cannot continue to have these outages, have all of my food in my freezer and fridge go bad, be in the dark. Our power was cut off at one point for about a week, 7 days without power. And that is absolutely just not the place to be. And so I went out, I researched the generators. I got my generator in Fairfield from Lowe's, but they also have them at Home Depot. I have a gas generator, so it's run by gasoline and oil. It's like putting gasoline, into your gas tank, the same kind of oil you use in a car, you use in this generator. And it's really just a matter, it has various outlets on it so that you can plug stuff in. But I went a step further, and I had a friend of ours who is a genius electrician come over and modify the box where my fuses are in the garage, and which is where your PG&E on and off switch is. And he modified my box so that I can literally plug my generator into the box where my fuses are. And so everything works. And so I'm not dragging a generator. You never bring a generator in your house, ever. That because of the carbon dioxide emissions, et cetera. So it has to be outside, but I have an extension cord that goes from my generator outside of my house to my fuse box. And then once it's plugged into my fuse box, my PG&E is off, and I just flip a switch and the generator is on, my lights are on, my refrigerator is on, my fans are on, everything is working. It won't run my air conditioner. You need a fairly big generator to run an air conditioner, which I have fans, so, it's fine. But it's really important. And, for our residents, we have residents in this city who take medication that must be refrigerated, and they don't have the luxury of just not taking their medication. So they need to have a way to keep their their insulin and other kinds of medicine cool and, at the right temperature so that they can continue to administer their medicines. And so for me, it was just a no-brainer. I mean, this has happened to me too many times for me not to take care of the problem. And I was literally just like you, Kay Patrice. I was like, you know what? I'm not getting a generator because I'm not getting ready to blow up my house. I mean, I am not mechanically inclined. So no, it's the generators now are very simple, sophisticated, easy to use. And, Sony makes, I mean, Sony makes a great generator, but what you do is you go to Home Depot, you go to Lowe's, and I mean, go in and talk to people, because when you're messing with power, you better know what you're doing, period, because it can get crazy. But what I found is that the folks in the stores, they know what they're talking about. This lady helped me. She asked me what size my house is, what I was interested in, how, like, what do you want to keep working? And so she does, they do like a little differential diagnostic questioning of what your needs are. And then they say, boom, here's a generator right here. This is the one you need. And like I said, I was intimidated. And she said, you know what, Pam, bottom line is this: if I can do it, you can do it. And I believed her. So got that thing, got it home and set it up. Just put some gas in it, oil in it, cranked it, boom, it's on. But like I said, I went the next step and had my electrician come over and modify my fuse box so that I'm not just plugging my refrigerator directly into the outlet on the generator. I'm not just plugging my lamps or whatever into the generator. The generator is plugged into my fuse box. Everything on that fuse box will work by the generator.
Well, two questions. So we have Andy. Andy, you read my mind. How much are these? How much did you pay?
My generator was about $750. And it's important to know that that is reimbursable through your homeowner's insurance.
Is that right?
It's a temporary expense. I mean, I have AAA homeowners insurance. It's completely reimbursable. So what I did was not only the generator, I have flashlights, I have a generator, I have reinforced every single door in my home. My kids are like, Mom, it's like Fort Knox getting in this place now. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So while I kind of modified our safety plan, I just went ahead and just got it done. And I recommend that. That's part of your plan. Fortify your home. Okay. So if you have the old, padlock that doesn't work or the slide lock that's loose, take the time to have a handyman come over, or whoever, you use. Fortify your home is very important, because if you have to evacuate, you're leaving your house. I mean, your house is unattended. And so you want to make sure that you are able to secure your home. I have 3 locks on each door. And then I have the bar that goes on my glass sliders. So you can't, you can't move the slider. So that's another very important point that I wanted to talk about today, is make sure that your home is fortified and safe. So relook at your locks. When's the last time you looked at how well is your house really protected if you are not there? And so every door in here is fortified. I've got, like I said, 3 locks on each door. So you're going to literally have to use an axe and just, chop into my house. And by the time you do that, I will have seen you on my Ring camera and reported you to the Fairfield Police Department. So, and I'm talking through my Ring app saying, get off of my property right now. The police are on the way. It's important.
You have brought this conversation to a whole nother.
Because I've been living it. This is what I've been doing. This is what we're doing over here in the Bertani house.
Well, and also when you said fortified, the other thing that I thought of is when we're impacted by the smoke and we need to be in the house for days at a time. You remember just a month ago, some weeks ago, we had just horrible air
It
conditioning
was amazing. Yeah. Horrible.
in orange skies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, we need to look at these windows and make sure we're secure. We need to look
Hmm.
around the door jambs and make
Hmm.
sure that we're really, really secure. So, oh my goodness, you just okay.
It's a new world order, and a lot of us are working from home. So I am, I'm working from home. So many people are working from home. And so I have to make sure that we're safe in here. You never know. You don't want to be the one who's the easy mark on the street. I mean, like you said in my bio, I grew up in Oakland, so there it is. Yeah. So I think like the folks who want to get in here.
Right.
And Oakland's beautiful. I mean, that's my city. I love it and all that. But it just taught me a certain way of thinking about my safety and about proactive. This is a prophylactic approach to avoiding trouble, in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Do people also check their rental insurance to see if there's some coverage there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm sure it is. I mean, and so when you go shopping for your generator, like I said, you might as well go ahead and do the whole thing. I've got these gigantic flashlights. I turn on my flashlight and it looks like daytime at night,
Oh, wow.
for whatever reason. And I keep one of those in my vehicle, by the way. But yeah, so if you're going to go get the generator, you might as well just go ahead and do it right. Get everything you need. Get your batteries, plenty of batteries. Get your transistor radio. A radio that you can hold just in case, for whatever reason, your phone dies or whatever, but you're going to have your chargers, one of the 4C. So that's not going to happen. But you have a radio with batteries so that you can stay connected. You may need that one day. You may need that to hear the news, to hear KCBS, to hear whatever. So just be proactive and get everything, and then just fill out your homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance claim form and get reimbursed. Because let's think about it. We pay insurance for homeowners for years and years and years and never get any benefit from it. I mean, it's just like burning up money every month, right? So get your money back. This is what it's for. And they're very simple claims to process. And like I said, I have AAA and they are awesome. So you can get your money back. So get everything that you need. And I'll just say the last thing that I want to encourage everybody to do is this. See what this is?
Lysol?
Yes, ma'am.
I haven't been able to find Lysol since March.
Everywhere you go, you should have a can of Lysol. Because now this is my immunology background coming out.
Okay.
This stuff right here works, period. I don't know about other disinfectants, but this one right here is clinically proven by the FDA. This kills bugs, because wherever you go, we've got the COVID backdrop around us 24/7. So you don't want to be like, I had to evacuate, and we went to the Home Inn Suites in like Concord, because everything in Fairfield was already sold out. And so I walked in with this and sprayed everything down. And I was I was there for like 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel safe because I know that I have effectively disinfected my living environment for, however much time I had to be there. When people walk through my door, including Tyler and Dylan Bertani, they walk through a mist of this.
You just spraying them, Pam. They come
spraying them down. That's right. Back.
How about this? While you're talking, I'm thinking, okay, we're Facebook Live, and then after this, we usually get over 1,000 people looking at our videos. So I'm sending a message to my husband right now, before all of y'all get out there, go get us as many Lysol cans as possible. So we can beat y'all to the store. I can't find it. I haven't been able to look. I haven't put my eyes on a can of Lysol since we've gone. You must have just had it in
No,
your.
no, 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 no. What you do is I've been using Instacart. I'm actually an Instacart member.
Mhm.
And that's how I found Lysol. So, and Instacart has shoppers that go out and shop for you. And guess what? These shoppers know where everything is, including the Lysol. So, yeah. So, and that's how I found it. I use an Instacart because, to be honest with you, Kate, Patrice, and everyone, I'm really very concerned from an immunological point of view about what this pandemic is going to look like by the time we get to Christmas. I'm very concerned. And I'm concerned, I think, based on the data that has been presented to us thus far, that this virus is not on the decline, it's on the incline. And when we add cold weather, fog, rain to that equation, we need to stay home. And so I'm using Instacart now. You know why? Because that means that I don't have to go to Walmart. I don't have to go to Safeway. I know it might sound, paranoid, but listen, I'm a trained immunologist at Cal, and I've looked through many, many microscopes, and I understand. Well, I'm not going to say I understand this virus, but I understand the pathogenesis of infectious disease. I understand that. This thing right here, it's nothing to play with. So get your Lysol, boom. And so the people at Instacart or whatever, I use Instacart. I'm sure there are other services out there, but that is how I found the Lysol. That I literally punched it in, asked me how many cans I wanted. I'm like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. Came right to my door, along with my groceries and everything else I ordered.
You have blown me away. You've given me so much to think about. This is such rich information.
This time that we're in, this is not a game. This is not a game. And you have to be your own attorney general and your own surgeon general and your own president of your house, because the reason that we are in this catastrophe that we're in, 2 words, failed leadership, period. And I know I went out on a limb. Guess what? It's time to go out on a limb. This is the result of the wrong people in office, and they have put us in harm's way. And it's too late. It's too late. You have to take care of yourself now. The folks that live in this house, that's my job. And so I might sound a little over the top, but guess what? You're not going to catch me sleeping. No way.
You do not sound over the top. I just straightened out my necklace that my good friend Debbie Toth bought me because I'm all about voting. So
yeah,
we need to vote.
This is a direct result. And I digress for 1 second just to say it's appalling how many people in this country have died.
Over 200,000.
This is not a game. We are in harm's way. And it's my opinion that on November 4th, we're really going to see something. Then you're really going to see what's really going on. I don't think that we have all the information that might be available. I think that on the 4th of November, we will have more information about how much in harm's way we really are behind this pandemic. So I'll stop there. So I'm just saying, get what you can do for yourself. Fortify your home. Make sure you have power. Make sure that you have, your home is secure. Do the things you can do for yourself and for your family, because nobody else is going to do that, apparently. So yeah, and get your Lysol.
And get your Lysol. We needed this. We absolutely needed this. Well, I tell you, I think you just did number 5. You just helped your friends, your neighbors, your
Amen.
community.
Yeah.
You just gave us so much rich information.
Good.
So that went so much beyond. I mean, it's emergency preparedness in this other type of way, in this health type of way, and
Mm-hmm.
this way we have to protect our friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was rich, and I just want to say thank you.
Oh no, thank you, because we wouldn't be having this conversation without you. And we have to help each other. We have to support each other. We're our own heroes.
Ooh,
We're
really
our own heroes. That's what it is.
powerful. I
Mm-hmm.
think you were able to get questions as we as you presented, and we
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of people that's talking about Lysol, and Tanya Alston. She's a Fairfield resident, a business owner, and she said she agrees with your concerns. We have Rhonda Smith. She's signing up for Instacart right now. Yes, ma'am. By the time you're signed up, I'm already signed up. I'm gonna right after this call. Don't y'all call me because I'm gonna be getting my
And,
Lysol.
and let me tell you, when you sign up for Instacart, your first shopping trip,
Yes.
there are coupons that you can use and access. So make sure you get the Instacart coupons. They do a great job. It's $99 a year if you decide to sign up after your first, you can try it out and see. But I think that Instacart will find you some Lysol.
Okay. Fatima Marcus says that a propane grill came in handy for her household.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
That's brilliant. Thank
Smart.
you, Fatima.
Yep. So you can still cook good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very smart. Yep.
Well,
Great.
I think we're caught up with the questions, and we're getting a thank you. We're getting some thank yous.
Thank
Yes,
you, everyone.
loves the necklace. We vote.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Bottom line, this is it. It's time to vote.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Oh my goodness, Vice Mayor Pam.
Thank you. And let me just say one last thing on the voting. Please make sure, don't mail your ballot in. Don't do that. Make sure that it's important enough that you take your ballot either to your polling place. I'm literally taking my ballot to the registrar of voters and placing it in their possession and getting a receipt for it. Because I think the antics around voter suppression are already in the air. And so we have to make sure ballot boxes are getting stolen. It's awful. Make sure your vote counts. Fill it out, walk it in, and get a receipt. That's it.
So there's going to be, this is new. I think it starts the 29th of October, 5 days before Election Day. There are going to be 10 locations where you could do drive-through, drop your ballot and drive-through locations. And they're going to have folks from the Solano registrar's office that's there outside.
Good.
So that way you don't have to go in anywhere.
Right.
So you know what else is new? They had it before. They had that kind of ballot tracking. Well, they have it enhanced. So you can go on to Solano Registrar's office and you can track that ballot. You'll see exactly when they get it.
That's awesome.
I think that's powerful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's important. It's important.
Yep.
So yeah, it's important because this will be an epic election. And it very well should be.
Right.
Because we're living in times now, we're going to look back on this. This is history book stuff. I mean, this is going in our grandchildren's history books. We're going to look back through this and say, what did we just go through? Wow. I mean, so it's it's important that we make sure that we get our voices heard and we get leadership in office who gives a damn about you and about me.
Look at you cursing.
Did I say that? I'm sorry. I meant darn.
This has been awesome.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah, this has been really fun. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it.
To everyone, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
With, Vice Mayor Pam Bertani. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
We are signing off.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.